Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Nice that you're here today. As you can see on the screen, we have the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin. If you'd like to know what the support zones are, find out where the price might be headed towards, if there's a possibility for a long position or for a short position, all that information you can find out here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you follow us so you can always stay in the know. And I would say let's go ahead and get started. Take a look at what it's coming for Bitcoin today. So for that, let's go ahead and take a look at the activity of Bitcoin inside the 4 hour time frame. And something that I mentioned already many times in my previous videos, that is that if we were able to overcome this green resistance line that we have here on the chart, then I could expect, or at least I would expect, a very strong pump towards the upside, which at the moment is just about 20% and just a couple of days. In addition to that, another thing that looks very bullish to me is the fact that we were able to leave this consolidation area underneath us, and we were able to even build a new higher than the one that we had here. So for me, my opinion is technically for the next couple of weeks, we have left the downtrend for sure. So again, we were able to take out this previous high that we had here. In fact, I've placed this box already in my previous videos, and I've mentioned that should we leave this area, then I could expect a big push towards the upside. And we recently even went up to 45,500 US dollars even. And if we go and look at the smaller time frames at the 1 hour chart, we can see how the price was consolidating for a couple of days here before it resumed the move towards the upside, and then we came into our resistance box here, or consolidation area, and the entire time we were trying to, for a couple of hours, to get out of it. We finally were able to do so overnight, or rather early this morning, and even though that the price got sold again, we see that immediately more people came into the market and bought it. And if we even turn on the EMA bands on the 1 hour chart, as you can see, the price is way above the EMA ribbons. But on the 15-minute chart, you can see how the 20 EMA line, we've been using it every time as support. You know, we see here that people come in and place some shorts, and immediately the shorts are liquidated and people come into the market and buy at that price. And so that is also a very good sign. That in fact reminds me of what happened about a year ago, or actually now 2 years ago, when the whole bull run started for us. Another instance is the one that we have here, where we had a relatively bearish reaction in the market, and immediately people came in, bought at the price, and the pump continued. So if you ask me what my attitude is at the moment, I already have this long trade that I opened way below in the previous days, that right now is giving me a lot of profit, and that is something that also a lot of the BitBull members have been able to accomplish as well. But every time that we see this drop towards, testing the EMA line, that in my opinion is a good opportunity to come in long into the market. So one thing that could be helping us at the moment is the fact that a lot of people are into FOMO mode. They're afraid that they're going to miss out on something, so they have been coming into the market seeing that the price of Bitcoin is climbing yet again. So a lot of people are coming in, a lot of people are putting in their orders here. And so I know that seems a bit odd to say, but that's one of the things that has been helping the price at the moment. And if we look at this, for example, this looks at the moment relatively good for us. And if we move over to the daily chart, we see that since November 10th of last year, we are finally above our daily EMA ribbon. Even yesterday's daily close was above our daily ribbons, EMA ribbons. In fact, I would say towards the end of the week, probably we will start seeing a green green EMA ribbons again. Now, the technical price for us right now would be at around 46,800 US dollars or 47,000 US dollars. And the reason is because that's where our 200 EMA ribbon is at the moment. And as I'm about to show you, this line has been support and resistance throughout the entire journey. So this is not financial advice, but I would recommend taking profits before the 47,000 US dollar price line, should you have an a long position open at the moment. So now if we move over to the fear and greed index chart, we can see that at the moment we are at 48 points, which actually puts us just around the middle here of our meter. And that of course is a very good sign as well. Of course, when you have a 20% pump like the one that we've had at the moment, then there could also be room for a small correction. That's something to keep in mind, of course. However, there is a very, very important point that I have to thank my colleague from YouTube, Anup, that he brought this up to my attention, and I'm going to show you what that is. And so hopefully you can see that well here, and that is a dump and pump reversal graph, which means we have here what I guess we could call it a neckline here. And so other than this line, we do have the lit phase, then we have the huge dump that we can see here, and then another big pump towards the top. And then if we were to retest our neckline here, then we could see a very, very high climb towards the upside. So after my colleague brought that up to my attention, I wanted to test that out, and I went and prepared something for you guys so you can see. And it's very interesting how similar the situation really is to that graphic that he sent me. We do have the lit phase here with the huge dump, and then consolidation, then another pump. And as you can see here on our neckline, we retested that neckline over and over and over again before we continued the climb. So please let me know in the comments below what you guys think regarding this, and in general regarding the video, of course. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we even see that the 200 EMA line, it's already way below us, and it continues to move towards the upside as well. And again, my prediction for the price is that we will see 47,000 US dollars, because that's where our EMA, the 200 EMA line is, it's on the daily chart. So again, it's just very exciting to see how we have been testing this line, how we were able to get this pump after it, after doing that. So yeah, it's overall is looking much better. And if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, we find ourselves at around 43%. So 43%, yeah, that's where we are. And it's, as you can see on the screen, for example, here you can see that we had this big climb, and then we retested, or the price or the dominance declined for a bit, but that's to be expected rather. So that's totally normal. But if we do look at the other coins, we see that they are not performing as well as Bitcoin is. Bitcoin at the moment has a 2% gain, whereas the usual ones, Solana, for example, is a negative 2%. And so yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Let's look at Ethereum and what Ethereum is doing. Here we see we had a very nice retest of the $3,000 price line. And yesterday's meeting with the BitBull members, I was discussing that, hey, look guys, we passed already the resistance line of our downtrend, and we just pumping. Interesting will be to see what happens at 3,330 US dollars. The reason for that is because here too we are about to meet the 200 EMA daily line, and that will of course be resistance when we get there. But at the moment we are trying to retest our high that we have on this side at around 3,260 more or less US dollars. So another thing we have to pay attention to is that we have to be careful with this downtrend line here that we've formed already. When we zoom out, we see that it starts way back here. We tested it again here, here, and that's where we find ourselves at the moment, or in the near future. So we have to also keep that in mind for our trades. Now, another thing that we're going to be looking at that's also very interesting, a new kind of ETF that 50% of its value is funded by the Bitcoin from companies that have made profit through selling Bitcoin, through mining Bitcoin, or through having Bitcoin. So actually, let's go and let's click here on my Twitter link that I posted on the Telegram group, and I also posted that information here on my profile on Twitter. And so the name for this is Valkyrie, and here I wrote that we now have the chance to invest in mining ETFs for Bitcoin. And so I'm going to go ahead and go back to my Telegram post where we can see the news that where it says a spokesperson for Valkyrie told the Cointelegraph that the firm's Bitcoin miners ETF will begin trading on the Nasdaq on Tuesday under the ticker WGMI. According to a January 26 filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the investment vehicle will not offer direct exposure to Bitcoin, but at least 80% of its net assets will be through securities of companies that derive at least 50% of the revenue or profits from Bitcoin mining or providing the hardware or software related to mining. The filing, and this is the interesting part, added Valkyrie would invest up to 20% of the ETF's net assets in companies holding a significant portion of their net assets in Bitcoin. So what does all of that means for us who are interested in this subject? Well, perhaps macro strategy is one term that would come to mind. So in other words, what we're looking at is yet again another piece of very bullish news for the future of Bitcoin in general. And I'd be interested to hear from you guys what you guys think. So please feel free to leave that in the comments area as well. So now going back to what we could expect for today's performance, that is, of course, we do have to keep in mind where all of our important levels are. And if we go back to the 4-hour chart, we could even look at the Fibonacci levels. Let's go ahead and draw that on the screen, which at the moment seems to be playing out very well. As you can see, we've tested already our one level line here, and I can see that the price will continue towards the 1.382. But if we don't, if the price falls back to 0.786, then I personally see that as a good opportunity to open a long trade, because if we do come down here, this is going to be a very good support area for the price of Bitcoin. Also, don't forget the 200 EMA line on the daily. That is also very important to keep in mind. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys liked the content for today. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Basti. Ciao.